Nick and Marcus try our hardest to do what we're fan of. Two best friends face our fears. One podcast to hear from. Now try this, you might like this. Dual adventure, exciting stories. Friendship that push each other. Now try this, you might like the podcast. Now try this,
Hello and welcome to the stream. Welcome to Now Try This, guys. We got flames in the chat for the hot raps that we brought to you guys today.
Guys, that's the first time I heard that intro. I don't like it.
That was a brand new intro brought to you by Fiverr. I don't remember who on Fiverr, but it was this little white kid who was like charging $10 for raps, and I was like, let's see what you got, buddy. And,
guys, this is Now Try This, when your boys Nick and Marcus try things that we love, challenge each other to try our favorite things. Guys, we're going to tell you more about what the show is, but first, I need help. What do you need to not have that dumpster file intro ever happen again.
What do you mean?
If there's anyone out there
that was so good.
That has no, it was not. If there has any type of musical capability or not indicated by what that intro was, you can go ahead and send it to us on Instagram or Twitter or whatever at Now Try This Cast. You can send it to our Patreon, patreon.com/NowTryThisCast. We will, even if it's bad, we will play it on the podcast. Yeah, we would love to hear what you guys come up with.
If you have a better intro, guys, send it our way. I am excited to see what happens. Also saves me money on Fiverr, guys.
But Marcus, what I kind of talked about it, but what the heck's the show? What is it?
This week, Nick, I gave you the the show that we're doing on Twitch. Yeah, Nick, this week I gave you the show.
Wait, you mean the show that we do Thursdays Eastern Standard Time at 8 p.m. on twitch.tv/NowTryThisCast?
Yes. Nick, this is a podcast where you and I go back and forth every week and give each other something that we love, something that we care about, something that we want the other person to try. And
for example,
we get together and review it. For example, this episode is Psycho Goreman, and last week's episode was The Vow, which was a fan challenge, because sometimes the fans get involved on patreon.com/ Now Try This Cast.
Right. And guys, you could donate any amount and you get to vote on those suggestions. And if you go to the $5 tier, you get to give the suggestions. Wild.
It's wild. It's always fun every month seeing what's voted on and what people are submitting. It's a lot of fun.
I have a different opinion than Marcus. It gives me existential crisis sometimes.
Why?
Because I see the voting numbers go up and down and up and down, and I'm like, what's it gonna be? It makes me panic.
It is kind of stressful to watch, but that's what we do here. And also, if you want to check us out on social media, follow us, stay up to date with what we're doing. We've been posting clips every week, which are pretty fun. You can reach out to us on at Now Try This Cast on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Everywhere you look, we are there. 100%.
Where you look, it is Now Try This.
I posted this in our friend chat, but I do want to say that the actress who played Pandora in Psycho Goreman actually followed us on Twitter. An actress.
You mean Kristen McCullough?
Yes, an actress who's famous, more famous than anyone else watching, more famous than you guys, okay? Be like her, aspire to be great, and follow us everywhere.
If this is indicative of how the show's going to go, but I am on the Wikipedia, and under the cast, there are just 8 names.
Well, I'm on IMDb.
IMDb? What's IMDb?
It's a different website. So you have IMDb, right? But it's oversaturated with bullshit, okay? So IMDb is for professionals like us. We have exclusive access.
Marcus, before we talk about PG Psycho Goreman here, last week we did The Vow. Did you watch any more? Because I did, and it was wild.
I finished it.
How do you have time? Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, I watched one more episode. So I just wanted to mention that shout out to Sarah from The Vow, because I feel really bad about her and her husband.
Yeah,
and
shout out
the crazy things that
a lot of bad stuff happened to those guys. Yeah, we just finished the last episode today because I watch TV while I'm working from home, so that is
sure
how I
that's
do
perfect background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like shooting information at you. The B-roll is not thing important that you have to really watch. so you can just listen to it while it's going on.
Marcus, instead of asking what you're trying this week, because I don't know if you're like me, you haven't had too much time, I'm going to ask you a different kind of question to get the ball rolling
Cool.
here,
Let's
to start
go.
our conversation,
Yes.
to get us going. Marcus, we've had over 100 episodes of this podcast. There's some people listening that this is their first one because they loved Psycho Goreman so much and have been ravenous for content,
100%.
and they found our podcast.
100%. Yeah.
But we have other episodes. If someone liked this movie and likes our podcast, what other favorite of episode of the podcast do you recommend?
If you want to go way, way back, I would recommend the Die Hard episode. It still holds up. It's also one of my favorite movies. And it's one of those episodes that I'm like, I wish we could do it again, but we can't because it was good the first time. We don't need a redo. But I just love that movie and I watch it every year. And I'm glad that the episode came out good. It's nice when something you like have loved for a long time and we get to talk about on the podcast that it ends up being a good episode. Because that's not always the case. And like, I wish we could redo the Berserk episode because that was the second episode. And it's also probably the thing that I love most out of anything that we've done on the podcast. How about you, Nick? What's your favorite episode? What's one you wish we could go back in time and do again?
Well, if we're talking about something that like affected me, I mean something like the Shining episode or the Steven Universe episode where I don't think I realized at the time that they would become my favorite things.
Yeah.
Because they were your favorite things. But you know what I really loved and I would love to go back to because I haven't gone back to the game is the Dream Daddy episode. Oh, great episode, great video game. And I didn't have enough time to play through the whole game, so I only got to date one dad when we did it. So I would love to revisit it, dating the other dads. Guys, if you want to hear any of these episodes, go ahead and check them out. NowTryThisCast.com. You can find the backlog of every episode on every one of your platforms. Marcus, here we are. It is the 11th of March. The year 2021.
Nick, I need you to get hype, man. What is this? What is this, Sleepy Joe? Come on, man. You gotta get pumped. You gotta get ready.
Marcus,
you gotta talk about this high octane film.
High octane film, yes.
High octane. There are at least several octanes in this film.
You know, Marcus, I just need to know before I can give you any kind of hype at all. Before I can get going at all.
Rev those engines.
You realized that we needed to do an episode this week, and you picked PG Psycho Goreman.
Yes.
All I need to know to get started is why that this just paint me a picture of how and why we are doing Psycho Goreman. I have to keep saying it because I'm in disbelief. Psycho Goreman this week on the podcast.
Nick, as you know, things have been
very
rough.
well.
This party's been going on for a long time. We've been stuck inside, and new content hasn't really been where it normally is every year.
Right.
I feel like everyone wants to come out with something super sad, something super serious, make high drama films. Oscar season's coming. We're getting those kinds of movies. And those are fine and those are good and whatever. But right now, I am way too fucking sad and way too depressed to constantly consume that kind of stuff. I saw Minari and I thought it was a great movie, loved it, but I don't want to feel things right now. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to feel anything other than the despair that I already feel. I am tired of everything, and I am tired of looking at my same 4 fucking walls, and I need something new and fun to just fucking take me somewhere else, okay? And so I've been trying to find weird stuff. I've been trying to watch more interesting content. I already watch every fucking horror movie that comes out. I already watch all this shit. And a lot of it just gets repetitive, gets bogged down in the same bullshit. And so when Psycho Goreman came out, I was like, what the fuck is this? This looks like some weird Adult Swim shit. And I was excited. And I watched it and it did its job. It made me laugh and it took me out of it took me out of my room. It took me out of this apartment and it took me somewhere else where I had fun. And I was happy about that. And I wanted to give you a little bit of that. And I'm going to admit right now, it's not a perfect film. There are so many problems with it. I can talk about all of the issues for a long time, but I had a fucking blast watching this movie. And I was hoping that maybe you were a little bit excited to watch it too.
A couple problems with the movie.
Oh my god.
Marcus, for the uninitiated, what is this film?
So, Psycho Goreman.
Because I can't explain. I could. You know what? Actually, no. Let me try first. I'll try, and then you fix it. Okay.
Okay.
Guys, everyone out there, there's this little country up top called Canada, and they make movies sometimes, and they produce this movie, PG, Psycho Goreman. If you took Wishmaster, Hellraiser, B-80s movies, so a little bit of Dark Crystal,
Yeah.
some Power Rangers.
Oh, definitely Power Rangers.
Put them all in a blender, and then filled up half the blender with water.
What?
You would get,
No!
you would get Psycho Goreman.
No! What are you talking about? Oh my god, I knew you weren't gonna like this movie! God damn it! It's bullshit.
You explain what the movie is. Sorry.
Okay, Psycho Goreman follows Psycho Goreman. It follows a little girl by the name of Mimi and her brother Luke, who Mimi is kind of a terror. She's a little bit of a monster who is a lot of trouble. She finds an ancient crystal that gives her power to control Psycho Goreman, who is an alien overlord who comes to Earth and wants to destroy everything.
Also known as the Archduke of Nightmares.
Also known as the Archduke of Nightmares. Using her powers, she takes control of this guy and makes him do silly things for the whole movie.
I can't stop laughing.
That's pretty much the movie.
Okay, so here we go. You know what?
Well,
here
Nick,
we go.
you're laughing just thinking about the movie. So my job here is done. Guys, that's a wrap on this episode.
That's a great point. Marcus, here's the thing. We've talked about your history with horror movies. We've talked about mine. We're not going to repeat them. I don't need movies to be perfect. You know this.
Yeah.
We know this about me, right? I just need something.
Yeah.
The movie did it worked so hard to not give me that thing. So there were so many moments when I was watching this film, I'm like, wow, I really want to like that moment. Wow, I really want to laugh at this.
Yeah.
Wow, I really want to be into this moment. But you know what it feels like?
You didn't open your mind. That's what it was.
No, that's not what it is.
You have to open your mind. You have to reach deep into your mind and open your third eye and see this film.
No, that's not what happened. You know what this felt like?
Okay, what did
this felt like? This is the meanest way I could say this.
Why not? Why say it the meanest way you could say it?
This is about the meanest I'll probably get today.
Okay.
This felt like someone less talented saw James Gunn stuff and wanted to also do that. There are so many moments that tote the line of that like offbeat humor, that anti-joke moment, that those like tearaway pieces.
Yeah.
But it's trying to do that, but it's not all the way bad like Birdemic, where I could just laugh at it, because in Birdemic, everyone is fucking trying their fucking hardest and it sucks. And that's why it's funny. In a movie like Rubber, they know exactly what they're doing and they're leaning all the way in and letting that rubber tire explode people's heads. This movie, like, I don't know if it's trying to straddle the line or it doesn't realize it's straddling the line, but it like never hits either side. And I'm like, okay, so is this so bad that I'm laughing at it? And then I'm like, no, they're really trying right here.
Why are you thinking so much about this movie?
This is how I feel. I'm not even stuck. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Let me go. So
and then okay, keep going. Fine.
And then there are moments where I can tell it's like really like trying for the thing and it like just misses it. Like the timing is just off.
Okay. Wait, hold on. I will say that after this, I watched this movie a second time and I was like, oh, cool. That was
I need
fun.
to watch it a second time.
But I was like, let me look at reviews. I want to see how this is being received. And this is one
they
of those
all
movies...
agree with you.
No, they don't. I was going to say they all agree with you. All the
Really?
reviews I've seen have been negative. Like Variety wrote like the fucking meanest thing I've ever seen. I'm like,
did you look at the Rotten Tomatoes for this film?
I did look at I didn't look at Rotten Tomatoes. I was looking at like news articles.
Well, you missed out because Rotten Tomatoes right now is 90% critics reviews.
Yeah.
And 62% audience reviews.
I couldn't find any of these anywhere else.
Which is weird because they're usually not flipped like that.
Yeah, they're not flipped like this. So this is fun. I feel like, yeah, it is a weird movie. I feel like in
It's
my
so
head, the
weird.
fans like it more than the critics, but I guess according to Rotten
That's
Tomatoes,
not. Yeah, the critics.
the critics like it more.
That means you're a fucking
I
bougie
I am
ass
never on the side of the
fucking.
critics. I'm always on the
I
side of
know.
other people. There was a Variety
I
article, they gave this like a 1 out of 10 or something, and they were like, "Oh, this movie, blah, blah, blah."
RogerEbert.com gave it 1 star too.
And I was like,
Listen,
do you know what this movie's supposed to be?
I want to
It's
set you up to be able to say a couple good things so I can shit on it more. So
wait, that's not fair.
so I think the concept, and I think Psycho Goreman himself were good. I think the idea is good.
Yeah.
I like the premise. I think PG, it takes it so serious
Mhm.
that works.
Yeah.
I think everything else doesn't. But I think I see what this could be.
Yeah.
And for me, when things don't quite reach that moment, it makes me more frustrated than like,
Well,
oh, they almost did
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But but talk to me about how
So,
you're watching
I was
this,
gonna say,
because
for
I
everyone,
need help.
do you want to give a little bit more context for everyone listening at home? Like, this is the kind of movie that would never really be in like theaters, right? Like, this is a like
Never.
VOD kind of release. It's low budget, intention. Like, it's just they're making the movie with what they had, and honestly, there is a lot of talent there. Considering like you're making a movie on a shoestring budget, like the costumes are fucking ridiculous. The makeup's great. Like all the effects and stuff like that, I think are really cool. You got to give
I
it
don't
to
hate
that.
them. No, I don't hate them.
You
It's
gotta give
super
'em that.
stylized. It's super stylized, and that's why I like feel bad, because that wasn't the bad part.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like Power Rangers.
Yeah. So originally, the director was talking about how he was inspired. He wanted the movie to make a movie that was kind of like Terminator-ish, where like a little kid
Like original,
is
or like
what?
T2.
Oh,
You mean
like
like-
T2, like
Oh,
T2,
okay.
where the kid meets a dangerous creature or person and is like, we're gonna be best friends now, despite everything. And also, like, he was inspired by like Power Rangers, like you said, and like there's this movie called like Guyver 2, which if you watch a trailer for that, you can definitely see where it draws inspiration. The main lady Pandora looks straight out of fucking Transformers,
Oh yeah.
which is
Or
really
like
cool.
VR Troopers.
Yeah. So a lot of that kind of stuff you can see in the film. I mean, at one point, one of the kids gets turned into a giant brain, and that felt like something from
Fucking
one of those shows.
Alistair.
It
I don't
looked
even
like
know
a little
what
like
I'm
Power
supposed
Rangers
to-
monster or something like that.
How am I supposed to feel about that? You'll
The
get
little
to
boy
it.
getting
Sorry.
turned. Okay, the little boy getting turned into a brain, and then not
Yeah.
getting turned back into a person.
And everyone's just chilling about it. There's no moment of, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
understand where this movie takes place. Like, what world is this? It's not. Is
The planet
Sometimes
Earth, Nick.
so,
Jesus
sometimes it makes me
Christ.
think it feel like it's not planet Earth, and sometimes it's like this is clearly planet Earth. I was like, which is it? I don't know.
So
Because if this is planet Earth, this girl would be in an insane asylum.
that's fair. She is a sociopath. But I mean, a lot of kids are sociopaths. Like, two
Poor
little
kids.
kids were playing outside of my fucking like apartment for the past like 4 hours, and I was like, man, they're being so loud. I don't want to have to tell them to shut up before like I record the podcast. And they were like, I'm gonna murder you. I'm gonna eat your blood. Anybody who walks there will be eaten by me. And I was like,
Wait, really?
that's crazy. Yes. For 4 hours, they were just saying shit like that.
You're proving your point really high, because that's exactly what was happening in this movie, and that's what was. I was like, that's not real, but you're literally like, I saw this today.
That's just what happened.
Hmm.
And I was like, fuck.
Interesting.
I was like, you know what? Little kids are fucking monsters. Except for Luke. Luke was an angel of a boy. in
Luke
this
was a
movie.
fucking piece of shit. Don't even get me started on fucking Luke.
I do.
But go ahead.
Okay. No, I was gonna say, I do kind of understand your points. I feel like the movie, I had a lot of fun watching it. I like gore. I like just fucking sometimes random ass humor and bullshit. And I like, I guess this is kind of edgy for edginess sake sometimes, but I like that kind of stuff. You know, that does a lot for me.
Yeah, it's
But
classic.
It is
you.
definitely not
And
for
here's the thing.
everyone, and I could totally get that.
All that is so correct, which is why when you and Joseph like films like this and you suggest them to me, I usually don't watch them because I need you guys there to make you like, you know me.
Yeah.
I am
that's true.
such a whatever vibe you fucking give me, I'm there.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
want to watch? Let's fucking do it. I would say it's one of my best qualities. I'm a great mirror. Whatever you're excited about, I'll be excited about. Whatever you
Yeah,
hate, I'll hate. I got your back. So if we're sitting there watching this movie and you're having a fucking rompous ass time, I'm gonna fucking have a rompous ass time with you.
that's true.
But when
I
you
I
send
think
me
that
on
isn't
homework to watch this by myself,
that's
and
the
I have a
problem.
and I have a girlfriend sitting next to me saying, "What the fuck is this movie?" And all I can say is, I have no idea.
Okay, so I will say this. This is definitely the kind of movie that, like, if you can watch it with friends, if you can
Oh,
Zoom
totally.
and watch it together, it's a
To shit on it, yeah,
fun movie. To just shit
yeah.
on the parts that like are silly and
You're supposed
ridiculous, and
to.
just kind of be like, what the fuck am I watching? There are gonna be so many moments where you're like, what the fuck am I watching? And I like that in a movie. I like being taken for a ride. I'm kind of
Yeah,
tired of just like the same formulaic bullshit all the
I feel you.
time. So
Yeah.
this was a nice break for me. And I know it wasn't perfect. Like, I don't like the fact that the characters don't learn any lessons at the end of the movie, which sometimes is
0.
true, but they don't learn anything, and they're the same people at the beginning of the movie that they are at the end of the movie. And I would have liked a little bit of like just character
Growth.
development so that way the journey mattered a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, I guess Psycho
Totally.
Goreman grew the most of everybody.
You're right. Actually, you're 100%. You're 100% right. He did.
I mean, I guess it was his story, sort of. But yeah, at the end of the movie, he definitely changed, but everyone else stays the same.
But you know who else's movie it was?
Who else?
Mimi. I need. Can we just talk? Can we just talk about Mimi, and then it'll be
Yes.
out of the way, and then we can talk about everything else?
Okay,
Tell
no,
me,
I mean, Mimi's a whole part of the movie. You could talk about
what
her
do
for
you
a while.
what do you think of Mimi
I
as a
think
character and as an actress and in the movie? Just give me everything, Mimi.
I think that she was
We
I
got
think that
Mimi stands in the chat.
Mimi stands. You got to stand out for Mimi. Okay, I think Mimi was a cute character. I think that she was a bit of a sociopath, which I totally didn't mind at all. I thought she was cute, but sometimes she got a little annoying. But I think Psycho Goreman was a good balance for her. I think
Mm.
whenever she kind of got to be too much, Psycho Goreman kind of was like the comedic relief for the scene, which I think worked for me. What about you?
For me, I think Mimi was one of the better parts of the movie. I
Okay.
think, you know why? Because I think out of everybody, she was doing something. Some of the other actors, I'm like, you're not doing anything. You know, acting isn't getting in front of the camera and saying the lines. That's not what acting is.
Yeah.
And this little girl doesn't know how to act, but she realizes you're supposed to do something. So at least she's trying shit.
That's
My
fair.
problem with it is she reminds me so much of my niece.
Mhm.
So much. My third born niece, she's the third child, so she got the least amount of attention. So she's the one that starves it the most. She's the loudest, the most rambunctious. She has more followers on TikTok than either of us have followers, all combined on all the ventures we've ever done, you know, because she's this
Mhm.
way. And she was saying things just like she does. And it's not the actress's fault. She's doing a good job. It's just I just don't understand why no direction happens. I'm not. There is a style of directing where you just let it happen and you let it ride. But I'm like, or maybe they had such little money they had one take. But so much of this film felt like the first take.
Yeah.
Not
I-
like in a good way. Like some of the lines are so like, and I'm like, why didn't you take that one more time so I could have heard it better? It was driving me insane. Like as an actor, of like,
Mhm.
take another take. Someone say, hey, say that line with a little more intention and take it again.
Yeah.
Like what? I'm not. Who am I? I'm nobody. Was there no one on set? What was the
I
director
get
so
that.
concerned about Psycho Goreman and the effects that he wasn't?
I feel like so I am interested to see what things were like on set with Psycho Goreman, because
Sure, yeah. They might have had time for one take. It
they
seems
might
like
have
it.
had time. They might have not had like a lot of money. They might not have like, who knows? He is, so I'm looking at his IMDb page and he's done a lot of effects makeup for movies and TV shows and things like that. So
Oh,
I think
he's
first
an
and
effects
foremost,
guy.
he's kind of an effects guy. He's done some movies. He directed The Void. Have you watched that one?
No.
It was pretty good. It felt like if you watched a movie of like a Call of Cthulhu RPG session, where like
It
was
looked
kind of like
more money than this movie.
it. I don't know if it was, but it was the same kind of thing where like it was just a quick little story. This has more of a like full story than that movie did, I think.
Sure.
But
Wait, this had a more full story.
yes, yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Than the boy.
I
Oh
think
shit.
The Void was more visually interesting,
Oh, okay.
but it leaned into a lot of like the special effects stuff and like the cool creepy monsters and stuff. But I feel like this had a more complete like narrative.
Yeah.
Which I like. I think that he is growing as a director, but I do think that there is more room to grow, or maybe he can work more with other
Sure.
creators to kind of get other opinions on things, like where things need to breathe a little bit, where characters need to develop more, change scenes just like a little bit so they're more narratively interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, that being said, I still have fun and I like it, and I'm like into him. I want to see what else he makes because I've been following him for a while and he makes some weird, fun shit every single time he makes something.
I wouldn't go. I am interested also to see what he does next, but I will be waiting until you tell me it's worth watching. You know,
That's fair. Yeah, yeah.
but the reason I say that is because there are some ideas here that I'm like, you know what? Interesting idea. The fact
Mhm.
that Psycho Goreman keeps having these flashbacks of basically Cybertron of the
Yeah.
war and like what happened and how he was. It felt like Les Mis where he was like 24601
100%.
fucking like
Yeah.
in the mines. Then he got the gem and became this big guy and started war. And then there was another moment when he was flashing back again, and he was like, "Shut up." Those are funny ideas. You know, those are really interesting things. Those anti-joke setups, I'm totally into. It's just, and the whole movie's chock full of them. They're chock full of ideas like that,
Yeah.
right? Like these like thoughts of like this is funny or this is interesting. Like
Yeah.
the fact that one of his second in command people was like a robot pirate with a
Yes.
mustache and a
Yes.
bird is such a stupid throwaway funny thing to spend the whole time to make his whole character.
Yeah.
But the way it was executed didn't quite hit the mark to make me feel the payoff of those ideas.
Yeah. I feel like
And I think for me, instead of being along for the ride, it made me more frustrated.
I feel like creatively, Steven, the director, is like a genius. Like I do honestly
Oh,
think
sure.
that he has so many good ideas and that you can like, especially as an effects person, like when you can look at a costumed character or a character in saying and be like, that motherfucker has a backstory. Like that's so hard to pull off. So many films have boring creatures. I mean, like, look at some of the fucking DC movies that are supposed like all
Oh,
these like creatures. What was the Justice League movie? Like the Dark Side, what was that guy? Steppenwolf?
Stephen Wolf.
He looks boring as fuck. He's just a brown fucking guy with no details, nothing
No
interesting at all to
character,
look at.
nothing.
No
Yeah.
character. A lot of times, huge budget movies can't get characters down right just on appearance. And I feel like every single character in this film that was like in costume and makeup and stuff like that looked
It was
so
cheap,
visual. And yeah, it
but
was
it
cheap, but
looked interesting. It was like,
visually
what's their
appealing,
story?
interesting. I want to know what all of these characters' backgrounds are, which
Yeah.
was fun. I would read a comic book based on every single character
Oh,
in
sure.
this
Yeah.
world.
Just take like the Templar, right? The fact that the wings are on the eyes and it's this like half robot, half person thing, and they're like worshiping a thing that looks like them. And
Yeah.
they're like Templars, this religious zealots in space. You know, interesting concept. It's cool.
The
And he's
background
not
story's
pulling from
fucking
anything.
great.
That's all from him.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
background is fucking awesome. Psycho Goreman is like a really interesting character. Seeing all the worlds that are involved are really fun.
Yeah,
But
but then the Templar turns the mom into a Templar for 5 minutes for no reason, and then I'm like, I'm confused. Why did we? Where did we?
Why did we do
You
this?
made us? There's so many setups without the payoff.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny too. There was an interesting thing. I feel like I wanted to spend more time with everyone in the movie that wasn't a part of the family. Like the mom and the dad had a dynamic where it's like, oh, mom
The
and dad
mom
are
and the
always
dad were the
fighting.
worst part of the movie.
They were honestly at first. I made a comment to Darren, like we were watching the film and they were like putting the kids to bed. and
Wait,
it was
one of
like,
them is not the one that followed us on Twitter, right?
Oof. No.
Okay, they're the worst
No.
part of the movie.
The lady, the robot
Oh,
lady.
shut up, Joseph! You don't love the dad. Get out of here with your trolling.
But the dad and the mom also, like in the beginning, I was like, they're really sweet. I was like, I like that they're a unit. I like that they're a cute
Oh,
family.
you're right. They were
And
good
like
at the
that's
beginning.
that's what it seemed like. I was like,
For
oh,
like
they're being
for like 10 minutes, they
playful
were
and
really
fun
good. Yeah.
For 10 minutes of the movie,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, the rest of the movie was like, they're terrible and they hate each
They
other.
knew
I'm like,
they knew the secret language of the kids.
yeah,
That was a good moment. When
That was
that
a
happened and the
great
kids were
moment.
talking, it made no sense. I was like, this is a Morse
Yeah.
code. But then the mom did it, and I was like, that's cute.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
I will say this: the movie made me feel like a kid again because one of the things the director wanted to recreate was that feeling of watching something that you're like not supposed to be watching as a kid, you know, where you're like, when you watch a horror movie way too early, which as you
Like when you
mentioned
stay up till
before,
1 a.m. by accident and you're
and you
surfing
watch
through the channels and you find,
you find
yeah,
like too many cooks on Adult Swim, or you watch something
yeah,
weird and you're too young
we're from the
for it
80s.
and you can't process it, but like you kind of understand what's going on.
Yeah.
He is Jerry from Rick and Morty. Yeah, that is true. The dad is Jerry from Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
that's
that's
selling
the feeling
Jerry's
I
so short
liked.
because Jerry's so funny and
That's
great.
that's the thing I liked about this movie. I like that it captured that kind of feeling. Like,
Interesting.
honestly, I know this movie's gory and I know it's rated R or whatever, but I would let my kid watch it.
It's not even that gory.
No, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, like faces rip off, but of like weird alien things that don't make sense, you know?
Yeah, so it's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that statement.
But it's the same thing too, because in the 80s, a lot of time, or 90s, or whatever, somewhere between those two decades.
I would have said 90s when I was describing it, but I said 80s because it says in one of the descriptions.
Yeah, they were trying to market serious things that were for adults and sell toys to kids. So like kids were not allowed to watch the movies of the toys they were buying. So I experienced that too. For me, I didn't watch Alien, but I had the Alien toys, which is one of the things that I think the director referenced in the movie. I think in an interview that I read, where he was talking about why he made the movie, what kind of feelings he wanted to capture. And I was like, oh my God, that's me. Like, I had the Alien toys. I couldn't watch the fucking movie. Eventually, I convinced my parents to let me watch Alien. And I didn't understand what the fuck was going on the whole time, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I remember surfing channels and watching them too late, and there was HBO at the time, and you know I would stay up late and watch like Real Sex or like all these other things, but I would also watch like weird horror movies and weird B movies and weird things. You know, I have recollections of like the monsters and the costumes reminded me of things that I can't recall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was this
Yeah.
game that I liked to play and I came up with, and I forgot it was. I mentioned it to our group
I
of guys
remember,
once, where it's like, what's a kind of a fever dream that you've had that you know is like from a movie you saw but you can't remember the movie? Like, describe to me that thing, and we're all gonna sit down and try to find whatever movie that was.
I'll do it right now because I still remember the one that I gave for it as an example, and I don't remember the movie anymore. So I remember growing up, and I saw a movie where there was a kid, and he had other friends, and then they went to like a junkyard and took apart like microwaves and like other things and made a spaceship.
Oh,
And like halfway through the movie, the spaceship got
Hold
to
on.
space,
What was
and then
that
it was
movie?
this big golden like spaceship thing, and they were all up there, and then made some spalins, and then came back down to Earth. We asked everyone who their favorite
Is it
character
called
was, and
Explorers? Is
that's
that
100%
it?
what it is. Yes, Explorers. That's 100% it. You got it right away. Thank you so much. I've gotten better describing because we played this game before. But I asked in the chat who was everyone's favorite character, and Dash9442 said the little kid that got turned into a brain. He was a star in the making, Alistair. I will say, Alistair pissed me off at the beginning because no one referenced the fact that he turned into a brain. But the fact that he just kept being there, solid joke.
It's a good joke. Also, the fact that like
and then he asked, "Will I always be like this?"
when he's like in his like warbly voice, like, "Will I always be like this?" And they're like,
and he was like, "Yeah, sorry." The post-credit dinner scene was great. The parents were just hanging out with Alistair.
Yes.
That was a solid joke.
Oh man. Also, an interesting thing. The whole movie, I guess Chekhov's gun is in this movie the crazy ball game.
Oh my
They
god!
bring
Shut
up
up,
Crazy
with
Ball.
I don't even want to fucking hear about crazy.
They bring up Crazy Ball in the beginning of the movie. It's this little kid's game, and I feel like it perfectly captures like the little kid games that you just fucking make up on a whim.
Oh, you know what? You're totally right. Because I remember with Joseph, who was in the chat, shout out one time to Joseph. Me and him growing up, and we would do it with other friends sometimes, but it was mostly him and I. We would get like sticks and like old curtain rods and old broomsticks. And have like video game war like scenarios play out, but it wasn't just straight up fighting. It wasn't just like beating each other. There were very specific rules.
Yeah, you weren't stabbing each other with just rusty pipes.
No, and I couldn't tell you at all what was happening, but I do remember one time we were in the basement of one of our friends' house playing a version of this, and I don't know, I think we were recreating Final Fantasy or something, and Joseph's character died. And I held him in my arms, and I remember going, "No!" in our friend Joel's basement. And then Joel turned to me and he was like, "What is that? That's unrealistic. You ruined the game." And I was like,
What?
"That happens all the time. What are you talking about?"
Nick, you ruined the game. That's
We stopped being-
unrealistic.
We stopped being friends with them.
That makes sense. Also, like, if you were playing Final Fantasy, that's pretty accurate. I think that
That's
literally
exactly-
happens in Final
It's
Fantasy
so
7.
accurate. That's so accurate. Yeah. I didn't make that up.
Speaking of games that we play as kids
That's not
and
that's not,
Crazy
that's-
Ball, Nick,
You could have
I've
had a better segue.
shut up. I've created
That's not, that wasn't good.
I've
Speaking of games.
created a game. The podcast version of Crazy Ball. Are
Roll,
you?
Oh wait!
are you
what? Roll
ready?
the clip. Roll the clip. I'm not ready. Roll the clip.
Now try this trivia. Now try this trivia. Now trivia. Now trivia. Now trivia this.
Let's see if Crazy Ball Cam. Dice Cam is on the screen for those of you guys at home to follow along with the game. If you are listening to this, there's going to
Wait,
be a
what?
lot.
Wait, what? Why do I see it? What? Hold on.
If
What's
you
happening?
are listening to this, guys, I strongly suggest you check out our various social media pages to see the videos of what's about to happen. On the screen, Nick,
I'm
there is
confused.
a
Am I supposed
die.
to? I can see it.
That is for the viewers at home. That's for the Twitch followers.
Am I not supposed to look?
Nick, should pull out a D20.
You know what the crazy thing is? You know why I'm looking around?
Uh-huh.
Because I need my dice back. Because the D20 I have on my desk isn't good enough. Hold on.
I before this, you were like, I have my dice on the table. I was like, perfect. Good.
All right, here we go, baby.
You got your die?
This is my metal D20. Let me zoom in on this and get a nice picture of that.
Oh, that's pretty. I was there with you when you bought that. Very
Yeah,
jealous that I
that's-
didn't buy my own.
This is my D20. It's a pretty good size. It's
Nick.
it's
Oh
metal.
no, you're blurry. You gotta refocus that camera, baby. Yeah, there
okay,
you go.
I got my
Okay,
dice.
Nick,
What's happening?
are you ready?
My hair's
I'm gonna explain the game to
I
you.
kind of want to fix it. Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna roll a d20, and it's
Okay.
gonna correspond to various challenges that I have on the screen. I'm gonna need people to keep track of points in this game. Nick, do you want to keep track
What?
of points? Do you
That's
have pen and
not-
paper? You have pen and paper?
I got pen. I got pen and
Okay.
paper. Yeah.
Okay, great. Keep track of points. So the way it works, you're gonna roll a die.
Great job so far.
It's gonna correspond to. It's a complicated game. It's like Crazy Ball. Okay, there's a lot of
I'm
moving
lost.
parts. Exactly. Good. So you roll a d20. A challenge
Marcus,
is
you
going
didn't even
to
explain
appear.
what Crazy Ball was in the show yet.
It doesn't matter. It was a
Okay.
crazy game.
All right.
Do they understand? Roll. You're gonna get a challenge. You're gonna do the challenge. If before I roll the number that you rolled on the dice cam here, I have to get whatever you rolled. So if you roll a 1 while you're doing the challenge, you have to complete the challenge before I roll a 1 on the d20 dice cam.
You could have just got
Trademark.
a timer. What is this
Dice
game?
cam. Dice cam trademark. Shut up. Crazy Ball.
This is why your fucking setup took so long because you need to set up 2 cameras.
No, I did this earlier. Okay.
Oh god.
Okay. Okay, so if you don't do it, I get the points for the thing. If you do it, you get the points. You ready?
Do I have to like get up?
Depending
I
on the
hate you.
challenge.
Whatever.
I
Am I
don't know. Okay,
Am I rolling?
Nick, roll that die and tell me what you got. Show the camera once you're done.
I can't show the camera.
No, once you're done, just pull it over there. I guess you can't. 'cause you're
15.
Focusing. 15. Nick, 15. Are you ready?
No.
For 300 points.
What?
You Are you ready? You rolled a
No!
15. I have to roll a 15, and if you don't do the thing, I get the points. If you do the thing before I
Wait,
roll a
the
15,
competition? You're gonna get the points?
I get the points. Okay, Nick, 15. Using the items in your apartment, construct the best alien costume. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Watch that dice cam. Is that? That's a 2. Okay, we got it. That's a 5. We're not at 15 yet, guys. That's an 11. Oh man, Nick, you gotta work faster. That's a 6. Oh, Nick, you beat the die that round.
alien? Am I an alien? I can't see
That's
myself.
beautiful, Nick. That is a beautiful, beautiful.
I have 3
alien.
eyes. 1, 2, 3.
Good. Nick,
My
I'm
hair's all
gonna
messed
say,
up now.
I'm gonna say, you won that round. You get 300 points.
Okay.
Okay.
Swear to God, if the next category is worth like 3 points, I'll be like, what is this fucking game?
Are
What
you ready for the next one?
Our viewer count is going up through this stupid game you've put.
Good.
Whatever. What's the
Keep rolling that die, baby. Let's go. What'd you get?
I rolled a 15.
Okay, re-roll that shit.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make me do it again. Okay.
Re-roll it.
8.
Okay, you got an 8. Nick, 8. I want you to go on Rotten Tomatoes and leave an overly emotional review for Psycho Goreman. Are you ready? I'll let you open up Rotten Tomatoes.
Going.
Oh, you're good? Oh no, I gotta roll the die. Hold on, I gotta get an 8. Fuck. Come on.
Half a star.
Yeah, read out your review as you write it.
Made me want to quit my podcast.
Oh, I got an 8.
And my
you
podcast is
you finish it.
And my podcast is the only respite I have in my life. Thanks a lot, PG.
Beautiful. Wow. What a beautiful review.
Submit. 1 star. How many points did you get?
That was worth 600 points.
Whatever. Okay. What fucking?
Okay.
That was impossible. I had Psycho Goreman's Rotten Tomatoes pulled up for my example earlier. There's literally no whatever. Next time, if this happens again, I'm just gonna say trash.
What do you mean trash?
That's gonna be my review.
Okay.
Not emotional enough. Fuck you, Derek. I'm rolling the dice.
Okay. Roll those dice, baby. What you got?
7.
7. Okay. 7 is sing a song that you think would be featured in the Psycho Goreman musical.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the 7 before you finish.
Nope. Took all away from me. The Templars didn't let me see.
That was beautiful.
Do I get the points?
You didn't finish before I got the die, Nick. I'm sorry. That was worth 4 points, so it's fine. That one was too easy. That's why it was worth 4 points. Okay, Nick, are you ready?
No, you need to let me recover from. Okay. It's 604 to 300. My head's red because I keep hitting myself. Okay.
Nick, we got a new follower on Twitch. We can take a follower acknowledgement break. Thank you, Samandun, for following us.
Whatever, I'm rolling the dice. Fuck you, fans.
Okay,
roll
that
me
die,
right now.
baby. Let's go.
18.
You got 18? You rolled that one already, didn't you?
No.
Okay, Nick, this one. Are you ready?
This one? Okay.
This one?
Yes, I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Yes!
I want you to give us the plot of the Cassius 3000 spin-off movie. Go.
Cassius spin-off the pirate guy?
Oh, I got... Fucking shit. No, I'll give you that. Okay, go ahead, go. I want to hear your plot.
Who's Cassius 3000?
I want to hear your plot. Point.
Who's Cassius 3000?
Someone in the chat tell him who Cassius 3000 is. Oh, nope. 15. Okay. Oh, trying to figure out. Oh, I got a 20.
Andre 3000 is the only one that comes up in Google. So he was the robot. Okay. So spin-off movie. So someone, Luke finds him when he's 21 and puts him back together, and he becomes his best friend. But it turns out he's way better than PG. And then Luke and then Cassius are on a vendetta, going and trying to save humanity because the only humans left are Luke and his family. And then Cassius and Luke at the last minute fight PG, and then they win. But unfortunately, Cassius is even worse, and then he kills the family.
That was beautiful. I'll give you the points for that one. That was worth 1,000 points.
Oh my god.
Wow. Amazing.
Generous games master. Most generous games master. I'm rolling the dice.
Okay, roll the dice, baby.
13.
Okay, 13, Nick. This is a hard one. Okay, are you ready?
Singing a whole song before you roll numbers. Easy.
Who knows? I could be here for hours and never get it. Okay.
This movie is so not popular. Cassius 3000 just there isn't a picture of him.
Nick, I want you to go to don't start yet, okay? Go on the Wikipedia. You can do this now. Go on the Wikipedia page for Psycho Goreman.
I already have it.
Okay, great. You ready?
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever played this game before, but you go from one Wikipedia entry to another Wikipedia entry. You have to navigate using only clicking the links on Wikipedia to get to something else. Are you ready, Nick? I'm going to tell you what your destination is. On the last episode, we did The Vow. Go check it out if you haven't already. Nick, I want you to go from the Wikipedia page of Psycho Goreman to Keith Raniere, cult leader of Nexium.
Okay. Okay,
Vow.
in here is COVID-19 pandemic. I'm gonna click that first. COVID-19 pandemic, and maybe it says impact or something. No, that's the wrong place to go. Going back. Okay, South by Southwest. Maybe South by Southwest has 2020s. South by Southwest. Maybe they did the vow there. They got Demi Lovato. They got Super Bowl. No, going back. That didn't work. Okay, going back to critical
You
response.
got this. You got this.
Roger Ebert. No, bloody disgusting.
Keep rolling the die, I'll tell you the thing.
Clicking variety. No. Fucking Keith Raniere. How the fuck am I supposed to? Extraterrestrial. Video on demand. Monster Fest. Blitz. RJL. Rick Evans. Death Trapper. What's he? He was in the Phantom Menace. Okay, I can work with this. Phantom Menace.
Oh, Nick, I got.
No,
what you
I
got,
don't
13?
fucking care. I'm Phantom Menace. I kick Phantom Menace, and maybe in Phantom Menace there's like, okay, who's in Phantom Menace? Phantom Menace has like Liam Neeson. Okay, clicking Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's been in a lot of shit. Liam Neeson, did he do any HBO movies? Liam Neeson. Clicking shit.
You got this. You're almost there.
Golden Globe for the best actor. Okay, I got this. Did HBO do a movie? So, I give up. God damn.
No, what?
You want me to keep going?
Oh,
Okay,
can
fine.
you give up? No.
No, fine. No, fine. So, let's see. Where am I now? How did I get
Someone
here?
in the
Motion
chat
pictures
said,
for
you
the
know
goal?
who else was in the Phantom Menace?
Who?
Bonnie, who was a member of the Nexium cult.
God damn it! Okay, going back. She's not gonna be in the fucking Wikipedia though. Actually, maybe she will. Hold on. So going back to the Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace. List of Star Wars cast members.
Okay.
Going to list of Star Wars, and then it's Skywalker Saga Anthology, Skywalker Saga, Principal Cast, First Order, Separatist, Naboo. No, they're on Tatooine, right?
Yeah, Tatooine.
Tatooine, Ewoks, Max, Rebo's Band, Separatist, Ewoks, Storm. Other. I'm going to other.
I feel like she's in the third one, right? Because she's at the end.
She won't be in that Wikipedia though.
That's
she
true.
is gonna be in.
I did do this one myself to try to see if.
Did you get it?
I did get it. Do you want me to explain how I got it?
No, because
you were close. You're on the right track.
Rogue One, Principal Cast. No,
I'm gonna get 13 again, and then Nick's gonna lose all his points. Hold on, if I get 13 again,
is that how that works?
I mean, it's Crazy Ball, the
Ewoks,
podcast
Bounty
version.
Hunters, Max Rebo's Band, Jabba's Palace, Lars Household.
Are you ready?
Wait. Oh, Bonnie. Got Bonnie.
Okay.
Got Bonnie. Where's the say the vow? Say the vow. Nexium. Click it. Nexium. Click. Load. Why aren't you loading? Nexium. Keith Raniere. I'm there.
Yeah, you definitely don't get the points.
Oh,
that was
fuck
good.
you, Rianne. I didn't lose the game.
Okay. So
does that mean it's just a wash? No one gets those points?
I got the points because I rolled 13 before you got.
How many points?
It was 2,550 points.
First of all, the fact that you make me do this kind of math right now is ridiculous. Second of all, I have 1,300 and you have 3,154.
Okay, Nick, what happened when I did the search? I did the same thing because I was like, I want to make sure that like this is doable. So I went.
That's
Keith
a fun
Raniere,
game.
I went Psycho Goreman, COVID. I did the same thing you did. I went COVID, then I went China, Dalai Lama, and then I went like appearances, and he was on HBO, like a documentary or something like that. I went to HBO, then I went to list of shows, The Vow, and then Keith Raniere.
Well, honestly, Dash 9442 was a genius for her suggestion because that was really smart. Honestly, I wonder if there was an even faster way.
There probably was a faster way. Mine
was a little faster than yours,
game.
But the Star Wars list of characters was really big.
It's too big. Yeah. Okay, Nick.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna give you 2 more dice rolls. Okay.
16. All double digits. Yeah.
Nick, tweet or post or whatever on social media at someone involved in the creation of Psycho Goreman. It could be the cast, it could be whatever, and get them to respond or like your post.
What?
This is worth 1 million points. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Also, Nick, these points are for this one. If you get them later, you can win the game after the game's over. You can win the game.
Oh my god.
You can win the game next episode. You can win the game a few episodes from now. So guys listening at home or watching, make sure to follow us everywhere so you stay updated on whether Nick won or lost this game. Okay, I gotta roll 16. I'm gonna do it in one.
Hold on a second.
Okay, I'll wait. Hold on. I'll wait.
Cool. Yeah.
Fairness.
Yeah.
I'll
Wait till I finish, and then you.
I'll wait
can
till you
go.
finish.
I'm joking. You don't have to wait till I finish. That's cheating.
Oh,
I'm
I was
going.
waiting till you get to the website. Are you there? Are you
Oh
are
no,
you
I'm like
close?
I'm fucking tweeting.
Okay, good. Ugh. Fuck, god damn it. This is bullshit. This is why I lose at D&D.
Damn it, these people aren't fucking Stanley whatever might have a Twitter, but his name's not Stanley whatever. I'm not gonna find what his Twitter handle is. Stanley. What is it? Stanley. It's
Who are
Steven.
you
It's not
trying to
even right.
find? Steven whatever?
Kostansky. Does he not have Twitter? He doesn't have Twitter.
That's true. At least one person follow us on social media.
That's
Maybe
what
you
I
could
mean.
thank her for following us, and then maybe she'll respond after you trash the movie, the entire podcast.
I didn't trash
episode.
her. I said I like the Templars.
Uh-huh.
I don't even. This is how little I use Twitter. I don't even know how to find our followers. Followers. There we go. Oh, we got 178. Nice. Ooh, we got someone that's a hottie, bisexual, not safe for work that follows us. Nice.
Yeah, I was going on and I was liking people's stuff and I'm trying to get more followers.
You don't have to explain it to me. I know the game.
You know the game? I still haven't gotten 16. This is bullshit. What are you trying to roll? 16? Fuck.
Wow, you bragged about her following us and you didn't even follow it back.
Yeah, follow back, please.
I did. Tweet. How do I tweet somebody? How do I tweet somebody? How do I tweet somebody?
Watch while Nick tries to figure out how Twitter works. Oh man, this is doing great for me, guys. How's the action on
Thanks for the
dice cam?
follow. We're reviewing your movie tonight. Any on-set stories?
Oh, 16, Nick.
You'd like to share? Hashtag PG
That's
Psycho
good. That's good.
Goreman.
Good.
Hashtag Psycho Goreman. Hashtag independent artist. That's better.
Yeah.
Hashtag
That's
actor.
Wow.
Hashtag
Guys,
podcast.
guys listening at home, this is inside the mind of a social media influencer. This is how you get those
podcast.
SEOs.
Hashtag FYP.
There you go.
That's not even right. That's fucking
no,
TikTok.
that's TikTok. Wow. Okay, Nick, do you want to do one more?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I gotta wait for a notification for yes.
Okay.
I want this game to go long enough until I get a chance to whatever. Okay, rolling.
Yeah, okay. Roll the
11.
die. 11? Nick, juggle 3 objects in your apartment. Gotta hurry, Nick. Oh, I gotta start rolling. Rolling those die.
Done.
Just rolling.
Done. I just did it.
Nice. Wait, let me see again. Hold on. Let me see.
Fuck you! I did it.
No, I can't go back.
Say it in the chat that I did it.
I didn't see. I was looking away. You gotta do it. What was that? That's not juggling. That's juggling. That's juggling. That was juggling. I saw. Oh wow. That was great.
I'll do 4.
Wow. That's
you know what I'm juggling?
What?
Dragon Balls that Joseph got me.
Nice.
How many points do I get for that? I can't even juggle. I'm impressed.
That was pretty good. Nick, you get 100 points for that.
That's not nearly enough.
I was juggling something next to you. That was the easiest of all of these.
Oh my god. Well, no, the easiest one was 4 points.
What was the easiest one?
I don't remember, but I only got 4 points on one of those.
Okay, roll again.
Oh, right. Natural 20.
Oh my god, Nick! Whoa, this is the big one.
Yeah.
Nick, could you possibly guess, based on the movie and the rules of Crazy Ball, what natural 20 might get you?
Switcheroo?
Switcheroo! Oh! We switched points!
Oh my god! What am I even writing down? I don't even... So currently I have 3,154 points and you have 1,400.
Oh, nice! Wow, that was good.
Wow.
That was good.
Well, I want one more roll though.
You want one more roll?
I do.
Okay. Roll
I hope I don't
those
get 20
die.
3.
A 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
You work so
Are you
hard
ready?
on them. I want to do all 20. Yeah.
Okay. This one's okay.
Do you want me to roll a 2 instead?
No, go ahead.
3.
Call the person. Okay. Call the person that you last called.
Okay.
And get them to follow us on Twitch. And if they already do, just thank them for following us. Before I roll a what was it? 2? You got this.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for following us on Twitch.
You're so welcome. Thanks for following us on Twitch.
There, she's currently also listening to the stream. I can hear it in the background. Thank you. You're great. Bye.
Nice.
Nailed it.
You did it. That was worth 400 points, Nick.
Ooh,
That's
Lexi
your
making
score.
her first podcast appearance.
Look at that.
Oh, right. I don't know. I feel like I want to give you one more chance.
You want one more?
No, I'm winning. I'm giving you one more chance.
Okay. One more.
You roll the dice.
Me?
You roll the dice. You're gonna do the challenge, and then I'll roll. Boom. Nice.
No.
This is crazy ball, baby. Roll the dice.
Okay. I got a 5. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait.
Okay,
there it is.
Marcus,
I got
tell me what 5 is.
19.
19. Okay, tell me what 19 is.
What is 19?
Yeah.
Name 3 other characters in the movie that are not Psycho Goreman.
Okay, go.
Cassie's 3000, Mimi, and Luke. Boom, baby. Also Pandora. Also, you got Alistair.
19. Not too late.
No, I did it. No, I did it. I did it. I also
don't-
appreciate you being honest because, I can't see what you're rolling.
What's how many points was that worth?
It was worth 300 points.
Okay, you're at 1700. Last roll.
Nice.
Go ahead, Marcus.
Wait,
last roll.
that's the game. The game's over.
Last roll, Marcus. This is your last one.
Why do I have to do it?
You have one
Okay.
last chance to win.
I'm not gonna
This
win.
is crazy ball. I don't make the rules.
I made the rules. There's no way I can win. I have to get a 20. I could get a 20 and win the whole game.
I'd be so pissed.
Nick, will I get a 20?
And you guys get to see it on the dice cam on twitch.tv/nowtrythiscast. 12.
Okay,
What's
12.
This is really the last one.
This is the last one?
Yeah, this is really the last one.
Okay. Write a fan fiction featuring Psycho Goreman.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. I gotta hold on, I gotta write. Psycho Goreman.
No, just say it
Hold
out
on.
loud. Just say it out
Okay, I
loud.
just gotta say that. I gotta write it so
Yeah.
I can read it. Okay, it needs to sound good.
That's gonna
uh,
make you go so much
Psycho
slower. Why would you do it that way?
Goreman walks into the woods and he sees mysterious shape and he thinks to himself, wow, that's quite a shapely shadow. I want to go chase it. And he goes into the woods and sees that it is Slenderman. And Slenderman's like, hey man, what are you doing in my woods? And he's like, I came here for some hunky boys. And Slenderman's like, well, I used to be a hunky boy. And he's like, well, you still are, baby. Don't lose that confidence. And then Slenderman's like, oh man, damn.
Darn,
I didn't get to the
get it.
fucking part.
I get the points. How many points do I get?
Nick, you get 500 points for that.
Oh, that makes me at 4,054. And you, the loser, at 1,700.
Guys, let us know what you thought of that game. That
I have not gotten this million points yet because obviously she's crafting a really well crafted tweet.
Yeah.
But don't worry.
yeah.
Oh, but for the fans, please let us know what happens with PG and Slenderman.
Yes. Oh, they meet. So then Slenderman's like, well,
They
why,
meet.
thank you. And he blushes. And Psycho Goreman's like, hey, let's go on a murder spree. And Slenderman's like, oh man, but my boner is too full right now, and I need to let it go. And Psycho Goreman's like, mine too. You want to just like fucking dock each other? And they dock each other, and it's great, and they have sex, and it's wonderful.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Should I know what docking means?
I mean, only if you ever want to experience the pleasure that is putting your penis into another man's foreskin. That's what
So
docking
back
is.
to Psycho Goreman.
Oh, not enough titties. I'm sorry. Hey, maybe Slenderman has titties.
There was one moment of the film that I'm sure you know what it is, where I was like, I'm all in.
Oh, hold on. I got to get rid of the dice cam.
Why?
Dice
Just leave
cam is
it.
going around. Oh, wait, guys. I'm sorry. Hold on. One last roll. If it's a D20, I win the whole thing. It was not. Hold on. Where's dice cam?
Is there cloth in your dice cam? What is
I
that?
put cloth there so it wouldn't make as much noise because it was like getting.
People want the noise.
They don't want the noise. It was too loud on the microphone. Okay, switching to other mode. There you go. Goodbye, camera. Okay, cool. Dice cam went away. Sorry. Back to the movie.
R.I.P. Dice Cam. I really like the song. I mean, you put music or a musical number into anything, and I am all about that. So the song, and honestly, the fact that she sang the song at the end to tell her
Mhm.
brother she loved him,
Yeah.
I was like, good job, baby. I
That
was like,
worked
good
for
job,
you?
movie. That worked.
It did not work for me.
That was one
I-
of the only moments where it was so stupid that I was like,
Yeah.
I like this.
I had the opposite effect on me. I was like, God damn it. She's like, she didn't learn anything. That was the moment where I was like, I want her to learn something. Even the second time around when I knew it was coming, I was like, I still wish she like said something nice to her brother. Just like once. Especially at the end of the film. It's
Yeah.
always just better when they learn something, when you can wrap it
No,
up
you're
in
right.
a nice little bow and get there, you know?
It was funny though, because at the beginning of the movie, Lexi was asking me like, "What is this movie?" And I was like, "Don't you see? Psycho Goreman is Experiment 626." and he's gotten trapped on this island. And then by the end of this movie, when he leaves, he's gonna say, "I did learn something," and that's Ohana, and then Ohana
Yeah.
means family.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was 100% right because that is what happened.
Well, that is kind of what happened.
That's pretty much almost exactly what happened.
Well, hold on. To be fair, what was it? Lilo and Stitch, he doesn't go on a murder spree immediately afterwards.
You know, he wanted to.
That's true. You know what this lesson of this movie is we are who we are, and sometimes you don't have to change.
You know what's crazy to me?
What?
So this movie starts, right? Right away, I thought Mimi was a psychopath because I thought she was burying her brother, and I needed Lexi to. No, they're like looking for treasure. I was like, no, I'm pretty sure she said she's gonna bury her brother because he lost the game, and she's like, no, you idiot, that's not what's happening. And I was like, oh, okay. And now I'm not so sure. I think I might have been right. I don't know.
I think you were right. I think I watched it on the second time. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bury you now."
Yeah,
and she
right?
was making
'Cause
him
he
dig
lost
his
the
own
game.
grave. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. So that movie starts, and then the music and the tone and the way it happened when Psycho Goreman came up and killed all the guys in the factory, it was so Hellraiser. It was so Wishmaster.
Mm-hmm.
It was straight out of Wishmaster.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I kind of get what this movie's gonna be. And then the girl's gonna come and it's gonna be like cheeky, but it like didn't lean in enough for it for me. You know what I mean? Like
I get that.
it could have kept being Wishmastery, but with this like twist to it. It could have kept being that. Like they didn't do enough.
I guess you're right. It was pretty gruesome. It felt a little bit like the Toxic Avenger and those kinds of movies where it was like less titties in this one for sure.
Sure.
Because there's zero titties. But I don't know. I think that this movie was charming. It made me, I don't know. It was an escapist film for me, and I got to leave for a little bit and enjoy a different like reality. And I had a lot of fun. I don't know. It does feel like Too Many Cooks. If you like Too Many Cooks, if you like those kinds of things, I feel like then this is definitely going to be up your alley. And I've been seeing a lot of like horror fans who are like starved for content because as a horror fan, like you don't always get good stuff and you don't always get even fun stuff. You just get a lot of garbage a lot of times where it's like obviously someone's trying to make money off of you, And this is the kind of film that I think is made by someone who is passionate about the genre and who put a lot of love into this. Even if they didn't get everything correct, they are at least our fellow fan of the genre.
I don't like this. There's so much wrong. So like
Oh no.
I think
okay.
I think there's good ideas here, right? Like the moment the cops come and Psycho Goreman's got to like fight them. I think that's a good moment, but like why if you're taking place in the real world, why not have Mimi and Luke react like normal people?
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to have some people react normal and then some people be like 3 scenes before that, the mom and dad were like best friends with Psycho Goreman. Like I want to watch that movie. Like them like dealing with accepting him as like stupid, but that's why Lilo and Stitch works, right? That's why that's such a finely crafted movie. That's why it's one of Disney's best, in my opinion. Like the whole transition of Stitch as he's learning bit by bit by bit of not being a monster anymore, and then he reads the Ugly Little Duckling. Oh my god, how amazing would it have been in the beginning of the third act? Fucking Psycho Goreman was left in the fucking.
Hold on, just while you're talking about Lilo and Stitch, I just want to show off the little Stitch.
I had no idea Stitch was on there. That's amazing. I want that. I want that so bad. Oh, I never knew that.
But I gotta hang it up again later.
If Stitch. Or if Psycho Goreman at the beginning of the third act in those magazines accidentally picked up a children's book and it was the Ugly Little Duckling and he read it, come on.
Yeah.
How much better would the movie have been?
Yeah, I can see that. If it followed
was missing heart.
If it followed more of the conventional storytelling of something like this, like E.T. or Lilo and Stitch or whatever.
Yeah. You can still have all the offbeat humor. You can still have the badness of it, but you need like a little bit of it, a little bit of an emotional core, a little bit of something for me to grab onto. Even if you pull the rug out from under me afterwards, fine, totally.
Yeah.
But like, get that stuff in there and then make me care.
Yeah.
Because then at the end of the movie, when he goes on a killing spree, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Instead of being like, you know?
I think for me, a lot of the jokes work. I think there were some jokes that were like a little bit too much. Not too much, but just like too repetitive, I guess. Playing off
what
the same
jokes did you like? Give me like an example of something that's like, that really worked.
Just like there was a lot of like little jokes, I felt.
There were a lot of little
like
jokes.
when
visual jokes too.
There's a part where the cop is turned into like this weird gross
inside out
creature,
weird, like,
inside out creature, and he's walking around and like gives Mimi, yeah, he gives Mimi a letter. He
Yeah.
gives Mimi a letter and it says please kill me, and it's like a little heart, and she's like no, and then tries to shoot himself. He can't. That worked for me. That was
You're
pretty
right.
funny.
That was a good one. That was one of the good moments.
The joke where
Dash.
in the beginning, hunky boys, yeah.
Yeah.
So in the beginning of the film, he gets a magazine. He's like, "Oh, I don't care about this," and he's like, "I don't care about hunky boys." And he looks at the hunky boys, and he's like, "Or do I?" And I felt like that.
And then at the end of
captures
the
the spirit
film,
of the movie.
the Templar dashes or cuts apart the magazine. He's like, "My hunky boy."
Yeah, yeah.
You're right.
I like that.
did work. Those did
There are
work.
a
I
lot
agree
of
with you
moments,
about those.
and those aren't like just two. You know, like there are a lot of small little jokes like that are funny. Like you mentioned earlier, Alistair being like, "Will I be this way forever?" You know, like that
Yeah.
worked for me. That was funny.
There were some good ones. I was definitely
Yeah.
laughing at some points, but then there were some jokes that I was like, wow, tactfully, you just didn't quite nail it, or else that would have been funny. Like when they were doing the shopping spree with Psycho Goreman, and
Yeah.
he like killed a random guy.
Yeah.
I was like, I see what you were doing. I get what the joke's supposed to be, but when you have your world have no stakes, that takes away the humor of it. Imagine if that was happening and literally the town was like running away in fear of Mimi and Psycho Goreman. That would have been way better, you know?
Yeah.
Or even go all the other way and have people notice that he disappeared, like they're shoppers and he disappears, and then they keep going.
Yeah.
Like,
Something like that.
that's
Like
how
a
to, like,
little
pay off
extra
that beat,
second. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's just like
I
there's
agree.
this all the ideas here I think work. Like the idea of a random guy dying while they're on a shopping spree is
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But it doesn't leave the right room for it to like I
breathe,
just give
yeah.
examples of ways to make it work. There's a million different ways to workshop it. I just feel like, you know what I want? I just want this guy next time when he makes his next movie to call me up. I'll give a pass in the script and we're gonna get you there, buddy.
I mean, he's a good dude. I feel like I've been seeing him a lot on casts and stuff like that, where like similar to us, and he goes out and he does a lot of interviews that he doesn't need to be doing.
Guys, tweet at
and
him. He can jump on this podcast. Prove me wrong.
I
give me the
was
script
going
doctor
to.
his
Well,
next.
I was going to because I was like, oh yeah, I can like easily reach out to him and like he'll probably be on the podcast. But then I was like, Nick's not gonna like the movie, and I don't want Nick to like have to kind of censor himself.
Can I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
You know how there was like 2 minutes where I was like, can I have 2 minutes? And I muted myself before
Yeah.
what I was doing is I was calling Lexi and saying, Lexi, I don't know what to do about this podcast. And she was like, what are you talking about? I was like, just say you didn't like the movie. I was like, I know, I usually don't have a problem saying I don't like something, but I think Marcus really likes it. And this movie's small enough where he could like talk to the people involved. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, I think like somebody just followed us on Twitter. I think
Yeah.
I don't want to shit on it so much and then ruin his chances of like having something. And she's like, oh, you're right. And I was like, yeah, what do I do? She's like, I don't know. But ultimately, now that I've talked about it, I think all my criticism you actually agree with.
Yeah, I
And
agree with all your criticisms.
I think we like and dislike pretty much the same things about the movie.
Yeah. I think because I was just trying to think about what you might dislike.
Nick,
about the
what
movie.
movies have you worked on? You have an IMDb. Don't come for me. Don't fucking come for me. You know.
Well,
you're the one listening to my podcast.
If you didn't like this, you might like The Void. You might like some of his other movies. They're all silly, like campy
I always
stuff.
wanted to watch The Void.
I don't know if you would like it, but it is it's more, there's no jokes in it kind of thing. It's just the gore and stuff.
It's like you said, I think all the ideas are there. I think PG, the way he's written and the way he's filmed really works. The actor that does the narration does a really good job. I think here's the thing. I think going back to what is it about this movie, I think you're right. And I think it's just they didn't have a lot of time and money. You know why I know that? Because almost every shot is a wide shot. And if you know anything about filmmaking, when you don't have a lot of time or money, what you do is you set up the camera here, say to do the whole scene, you get it that one way once or twice, and you're like, great, I got it. And then do a couple little pickups. In an expensive Hollywood drama movie, you'll have a close-up and then a medium and then another close-up and then another angle and then a weird wraparound, and then for every like 15 seconds, because you have all this time and money. This movie does not do that. There's not a lot of cuts. There's a lot of wide shots. That means they did not have a lot of time. They did not have a lot of money. And that's why, some of these things weren't like workshop. So that's why some of these dialogue pieces feel like, first pass at them, I think.
Yeah. Well, I definitely feel like it is this guy, and I don't want to I know we're criticizing the movie, but I like the movie a lot. And I want to say that this guy is very creative and that with a little polishing, this movie could have been top tier. I feel like
I actually agree.
Great.
And here's the thing. You know what? I mentioned James Gunn earlier, like as an insult. But here's the thing: if you're a real James Gunn fan, and I would consider myself one,
Yeah.
you know what his early stuff was.
Yeah. You've watched
He's been
Humanity.
making.
You've watched
He's been
PG
making.
porn.
He's been making short films and comedies and sketches online for years before he ever made a movie.
Yeah.
And some of those things are grossly inappropriate. Some of them are good. Some of them are awful. And I do see some of the same things where this guy's like playing with genre. He's playing with structure. He's playing with jokes. Like the fact that this joke here didn't work for a specific reason, I don't think that it's him not seeing it. I think it's him trying to see what works and what doesn't. And I think there is potential there. It's like what you said. I think I am interested to see what else he does. If he keeps making things that are schlocky on purpose,
Yeah.
I think he's gonna get better at it. And I think his next thing. Here's the thing about this movie. This movie isn't a schlocky film. It's a satire on schlocky films, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I think for me it didn't quite work, because if it was all the way schlocky, I could have just left out how bad it is. But the
But it's
reason I
good.
can't, it's got the potential to be good, and it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
quite get there.
Yeah. It's
So I
not-
think if it was bad, I would have already written it off and laughed at him.
I have to get him on the podcast to defend himself. Okay, so what I'm basically
It's
saying.
true. You can attack me.
So
can say where I'm
basically, what
wrong.
I'm saying is that like, it's funny that you mentioned. So there's a lot of things that I kind of want to go over what you said.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you mentioned James Gunn, right? Because James Gunn, when we knew him, I believe we had this conversation because I feel like I remember it. When we heard he was directing Guardians of the Galaxy, we were like, the Human Z guy?
The PG porn guy?
The PG porn guy is doing, like, we literally said that to each other
Yeah.
because we knew the random like web videos he was making. They were like gross and like gross out humor and kind of things like that. And we didn't see
found
the
funny
talent.
in college.
Yeah, but we didn't know, like, okay, cool, he's gonna make this like big Marvel movie, and he totally fucking killed it with the budget, with
park.
the team. He did it, and I feel the same way about this guy. I think that like you give him a team and a big budget and like a fucking Marvel movie level thing, I honestly feel like he could knock it out of the park.
Let's give him an indie film before we give him a Marvel movie.
No, fucking what did fucking James Gunn have?
He
went
had
from Human Z
independent
to
films.
fucking-
He had Slither. He had Super. He had those
Have
movies.
you seen Slither? It's not good.
Kind of like Super, but that's what I'm saying is you give
Yeah.
a person an independent movie before they get a Marvel movie.
I'm just saying. I think he could do it. I believe in my boy Steven. I have high hopes for him and his
Okay.
career.
Okay. Here's the thing. You're not. This isn't crazy. This is not crazy because I was just looking on. We both agree Wonder Woman 1984 was not a good movie, right?
Yep, 100%.
I was looking at the guy who wrote it, and he also wrote Godzilla, right?
I didn't watch
Which right, but I think everyone agrees it's not a well-crafted film, right?
that. Yeah,
Let me-
yeah.
Let me tell you what this guy's got lined up to write next. Because I saw this yesterday and I was like, oh, interesting. His name is Dave Callahan. And next he's writing, well, he's written all the Expendables movies.
Okay.
But next up, he's got Mortal Kombat
The new one?
and he's got Shang-Chi.
Wait, the 1984
And he's
guy?
working on Spider-Verse 2.
Wait, the Wonder Woman 1984 person?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was also Zombieland 2, which was also the first Expendables movie, which was also Godzilla.
Yikes.
Also Doom.
Yikes.
Yeah, Darren, I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, there's one of 5 writers for the movie 1984. It was actually 3 writers. It was Patty Jenkins, Jeff Johns, and this guy.
I do
And
also
I know Jeff Johns is a good writer.
sure.
So the other ones was this guy and Patty Jenkins.
And yeah.
So
I know, but there's a lot of things that go into it. I will not put the
I know
whole blame on this
studios
guy.
are involved.
Yeah.
I'm just saying to your point, one movie does not make or break anybody, you know?
Yeah.
You learn things. You're not,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, so I say to your point also, to that thing, I'm gonna say that like he gets Shang-Chi, this random guy, fucking Mortal Kombat is getting a Marvel movie. Give my boy Steven a Marvel movie.
It's
I
an
am
argument for
petitioning-
you.
Yeah, I am petitioning. Give my boy a Marvel movie.
What
'cause
movie?
He
What
could
movie?
fucking do it. Oh, ooh.
You know what's on the docket? X-Men
Let's
might
see.
be coming.
What's a
Fantastic
good like
Four
a
might be
monster?
coming.
Ooh, like you know
Fing
how
Fang
like
Foom.
no, you know how Marvel has the like Monster Squad where it's like Morpheus, Man-Thing. Like, give me a fucking Marvel Monster Squad movie by this guy. I feel like he would fucking.
That's not at least a DC movie. Justice League Dark.
Give him Justice League Dark. Well, Guillermo del Toro was supposed to do Justice League Dark, and I'm still
that was
hoping
like
that
10 years ago.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. They can't even get Justice League regular done correctly, so
You're right.
DC's a mess.
Well, that's Psycho Goreman.
Psycho Goreman. I feel like there's one more thing. There's one more thing that you mentioned that I wanted to say, and I completely forgot what it was. You made a point
in my long tirade of how much I shed on it. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, 100%. There was like one thing I forgot that I was like, I want to also talk about that.
Well, just keep talking about it a little bit. It'll come to you.
Let's see. The director had a thingy. Oh, he would be good. Someone said the Universal Monsters. I feel like that would be cool too.
Oh, Dracula, Frankenstein.
Yeah, he could do a good fucking Frankenstein movie or something.
I feel like he could do a good Creature from the Black Lagoon movie.
Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's Psycho Goreman-esque vibes. I would see something. I want to see something fun, silly, and gory for him to do. I think that he could really like do that really well.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm excited. Give him Marvel Zombies. Give him like a Marvel Zombies. Fucking
something that's completely out of the
something random that's like no one would expect to be good, but it could
Marvel
be like
Zombies are great.
And it would work because you could like work off the comedy of a lot of the like Marvel characters and also play with the horror elements of it, of them being zombies and stuff.
But give him a good writer to work.
Give him good money and a team.
You know who would write a great Marvel Zombies movie? Lord and Miller, the guys who made the Lego movie and the Spider-Verse movie. Those writers.
I don't know. I feel like it's it's not fun. It's too fun. Like they would make it too fun. I want it to be like a little spooky. I want like.
Oh, I don't think Marvel Zombies could work unless it was cheeky.
I guess so. Maybe it's interesting. Okay.
Guys, if you think my better idea is better, let us know. And if you think Marcus's wrong idea is wrong, also let him know.
That sounds like you are leading the witness there, Nick.
I rolled a 17.
Oh, you need to finish the vow. Also, everyone listening at home, listen to that episode if you haven't already, and listen to the vow. It's fucking.
And if you want to make sure what we do next time, Marcus is right. Sorry, Nick. Get off my back. If you guys want to be involved in what our challenge is for next month, go ahead and join the patreon.com/nowtrythiscast. Marcus, anything else about Psycho Goreman?
Oh, I got nothing else about Psycho Goreman, but I do have questions for you.
Okay.
Nick?
Yes.
Did you like Psycho Goreman?
You know what, Marcus? No, I did not. However, talking to you about it did make me like it more. I will say it. You was like, this was funny, right, Nick? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, that was kind of funny. And talking about it out loud made me realize what it was going for. And while I reinforced the fact that I think it missed the mark, you made me excited about what he's going to do next.
Yeah.
You made me appreciate the cultiness and the campiness of it more. I still don't like it, but I appreciate it.
Good. You know what? I went into this knowing you were gonna like it, and you said everything I thought you were gonna say. So it worked out, and you were as open to it as I thought you would be, because you go into things with an open mind, and I appreciate that.
You know what? I got you, buddy.
Okay. Would you recommend it to anyone? Even though you didn't like it, would you recommend it to someone?
Only if I knew this was somebody's thing. Like,
okay, that's good. Okay,
I'm not texting my mom and telling her she's got to watch this, but I would about The Vow, or High School Musical.
Yeah. You're not texting your mom, but you text Joseph. If you saw this and Joseph didn't see it, you text Joseph. You tell me about it.
You can't include yourself.
Okay,
you gave me the challenge.
There are people out there who would watch this. Who you think it's good for? Who do you think it's
besides
for?
You, our third friend, and your brother? Who else would I recommend this to?
My brother's girlfriend.
I swear to God, it's not.
Who specifically would you recommend it to?
Nick's mom is the only person he recommends content to. I feel like I'm being attacked. But that's fair because I've attacked your film. So
That's fair.
Yeah, that's what I ask for myself every time I make a challenge. I was like, would my mom watch this?
That's a good point.
The answer is usually yes.
Nick, if this guy goes on to make something else, would you check it out?
The answer to the question at the beginning of the podcast would have been no, but now it's yes.
Yeah!
I do want to know what the next thing's going to be.
I did my job, guys. I convinced a non-believer.
Just like As Variety says, as satire, Psycho Goreman is no Planet Terror, but it's a droll enough schlock in quotes marks diversion, and part of its appeal is just how damn cheap it is.
Planet Terror. What was that?
There you go.
Look it up.
That's the Robert Rodriguez.
Oh, that was the fucking Grindhouse thing? I hated those.
Yeah.
Those are stupid. Boo.
Yeah, but those were slocky.
You can't say that's good and Psycho Goreman is not good. Fuck you, Variety. Okay, Nick, do you have a challenge for me?
No.
Oh, that's okay, cool. End of the episode. Good night, guys.
No, Marcus, here's the thing. You were like, hey, Nick, we're going to do horror comedy on the show. And I don't know. And because I'm always next to you, I think my love for horror always gets overshadowed.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like horror a lot, and I have a lot of horror sensibilities. Growing up with a best friend who only watched horror movies, I watched a fair amount.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been lent the box sets of Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street, and Puppet Master, and I had to watch these films.
Okay.
But I've grown to like horror movies and horror storytelling a lot.
Okay.
Marcus, this week, I'm giving you a horror comedy movie.
No, I don't believe you. That's not true.
I am 100%.
This is not true.
Marcus, over the pandemic, when I was quarantined with the block party virus, I had to stay at a hotel. And in that hotel, I didn't have a lot of things to do. I could only watch movies. One of the movies I watched was this movie.
Okay.
That you exclusively can only find on Shudder. Marcus, your challenge for next week is the movie, the 2020 comedy horror Scare Me.
Oh, okay. Have not watched it.
Really? Surprise.
Our friend Joseph in all caps said no.
He didn't like it. I made him watch it. He didn't like it.
Okay, I guess it's my turn to not like a movie. Let's see.
He said he understood why I liked it. Maybe you'll understand why I like it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Marcus, Scare Me. Guys, everybody go sign up for your free Shudder subscription this week to go watch Scare Me. The challenge for next week, twitch.tv/NowTryThisCast, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check out the VODs on Mondays, everywhere you can get podcasts. Follow us at NowTryThisCast everywhere. And join the Patreon. Join our community at patreon.com/NowTryThisCast.
Wow, that was beautiful. That was amazing. I liked it a lot. That was pretty good. Guys, everywhere. We are literally everywhere. If you're on a thing, Nick, you know what I found out recently? Not to drag this on. I'm going to end it soon. I promise.
Sure.
We're on Audible.
Wait, really?
We're just on Audible. I was like, oh, guys. Man, I want to see what books I have on there because I want to I'm almost done with Dune and I was like, what's going to be my next thing? So I was like, oh, let me download Audible again and see what I have. And I just like, oh, podcast. It was like, let's look for your favorite podcast and look for our own podcast because I'm selfish. And I found out that we're on Audible. So if you're on Audible, guys.
Marcus, we've made it. All right, Marcus, before we go, there's one more chance for you to catch up in the game. Roll that dice.
Oh my God.
Crazy dice.
No.
Roll the dice.
There's no more. Okay,
last one.
Okay, last one. It's a D20. D20 or bust. Okay. It was a 6. Oh,
okay.
Wait,
What's
11.
6?
There you go.
What's we already did 11.
We did all of them already.
No, we didn't.
I didn't do 20. I did less than 20.
Oh.
Just a peek behind the curtain over here.
What was 11? What was 11?
220. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the list again. Oh my 11? God, Nick, you're delaying the ending of the podcast. Jeez.
I'll put this at the end. This is the after credit.
Okay. We did all of them.
What was 11?
It was. I don't want to explain how the game works, Nick. Okay, I had all of them there twice for things. Yeah. So number 1 or number 11 was also number 1 technically. But
guys,
then,
if you're disappointed with the amount of work that Marcus put in this week's game,
20
go
was
ahead
its
and
own
tweet at us.
There was a lot of them.
Fine.
Thank you.
I win the game.
Thank you. I'm gonna go back to hold on. Fade away. Goodbye, dice.
Oh, goodbye, dice.
It took a long time. It was a lot of work.
I know. I'm only joking, Marcus. It was a fantastic game. It's probably one of the best we've ever had, which is why I wanted to keep playing it. But you're right. It's time to go. We have to let the fans go eventually. Marcus, end the stream. Say goodnight.
Guys, thank you so much for listening and joining us. Now go out there and try some things. Good night. Sweet dreams. Guys. Sweet princess.
Nick and Marcus try our hardest to do what we're fan of. Two best friends face our fears. Small podcast to hear from. Now try this, you might like this. Dueling adventure, exciting stories. Friendship that push each other. Now try this, you might like the podcast. Now try this. Now try this.
Oh my god, we're so dumb.
We're geniuses.
What are we doing, Psycho Goreman?
What do you mean?
I'm excited for you to lead the show today.
Oh no! I know it's hard to talk about, but I have the game is.
Are you super excited?
The game will be the episode because it's wild.